All right. Thank you for tuning in. This is the RaulyKnows podcast. Today we have
Miss Parker, or Terry Parker.
Terry Parker. And Terry Parker, what do you do? Obviously, you were a DJ.
Yeah.
What would you like to, like, what kind of genre?
DJ, pretty much everything. Mainly specialized in hip-hop. EDM's more of my hobby, I would say, that I like to do, but only been doing it for a couple years, so I'm still trying to explore what I like. But mainly hip hop has been my first love. So
it's like for like 2 years, 3 years,
2 years,
a
little over 2 years. Yeah, seriously, that I've been doing it. Feels a lot longer. Seems a lot longer.
Yeah.
How'd you get into it? Like was it like you just did it for fun, and eventually like you wanted to take it serious?
So actually, my first dream was to be a dentist.
Awesome.
And yeah, I tried to do dental assistant and it just didn't work out. So when I was young, I actually used to have dreams about music and all this, but my mom's Mexican and Japanese.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you're either a doctor or you're a doctor.
All right, so you're Mexican and Japanese.
A doctor or a doctor.
What's your dad?
My dad's white.
Okay. The trifecta.
Yeah. So I did that and yeah, it just didn't happen. So finally, I'm like, hey, Mom, you know what? I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. So I dropped the money, bought all the stuff. As, I progressed, actually, she pulled up to Commonwealth. So, yeah, I got the blessing.
That's dope.
Is it like does your dad, like cousins, family, do they all support you?
Pretty much, yeah. The
cool.
musical side probably stems from my dad. My dad used to play electric guitar, all that good stuff.
Oh, nice.
Where are you from?
So I would say mainly here. Believe it or not, grew up in Anaheim. Everyone that knows me knows of the Bay Area. So backstory behind that. So backstory behind that. Growing up, my dad lived in Monterey Bay. So we got shipped out there every year for the summer for months. So we used to go out there. I had my stepmom's mom living in like Vallejo, stuff like that. So every year. And now again, my brother, my mom, all my family lives there.
The culture
now.
for sure
except
rubbed
for
off.
me.
So
and
you're
yeah,
by yourself over here?
pretty much.
Oh no.
So yeah, I'm trying to migrate, but
you're gonna leave us too? Damn.
Everyone that knows me, why would you leave? It's so expensive. I'm like, well, why would you? I don't know. Just that's where my heart resides. So
You got to do what you got to do, and then eventually, like if you really want to be there, you'll make it happen.
And come back and forth,
Vegas,
it's only
Vegas
an
will always
hour flight.
have open arms for you to come back.
I feel like Vegas is such a good place for that though too. Like with all the clubs and the bars and the parties.
Yeah, and I have plenty of time to come back to that. So I feel like I'm the baby in the group. I have plenty of time to come back to Vegas
music
clubs.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Did the Bay music like have a big impact on like you becoming a DJ?
Very, yeah.
Because it's different.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the Bay, like no matter what you say, like the Bay for sure controls like the culture when it comes to language.
Sure. I mean, like
language.
Don't get me started.
The vernacular for sure.
Don't get me started. Yeah.
We're from Vegas, right? So we all say hella, but where does it come
Hella.
from? Where does it come from?
All of it. E40, like that's literally the one.
That in New York, those are top two culture.
Yeah, and the whole thing with LA, even Tupac. Do your homework, fam. That's who we learned from. They actually claims Pac. Like do your homework. That's where they started from.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so OG, Too Short was actually the first guy to rap about being a player. First guy, back in the day. I'm like, player? What's a player? A pimp? Like, yeah, that's how it became cool. But, just all the culture resides, and now to see it migrate over, everywhere, which is
definitely, yeah. And then that definitely, like, obviously all the hi-fi movement and all that, like, do you play that in your sets? Or?
Oh, yeah. You have to. You have to. Put people on, who's this song? I just dropped a mix in June, Bay Area mix, and that actually did pretty good.
Yeah? Where'd you drop it on?
SoundCloud. I pretty much all the platforms, but that's the one that blew up. So that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So like growing up and you decided to be a DJ. Like when at one point, what was your first show or like gig, and then how did it progress into you being like a solid DJ somewhere where your name is in the program?
Yeah. So I did my birthday. I kind of bought my equipment like a month and a half before, and I'm like, I'm gonna just. So I learned a simple set, and still it was whatever. But I guess the actual first one I did, my best friend's actually a barber. in Vegas. So they, in the barber world, they do barber.
Battles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do. So she had a whole thing at downtown at the Artifice in the Arts District, and I did that. So that was probably maybe like 50 people.
Oh,
But it was like my first time. You know, it was kind of cool because mainly all my friends. But
right.
yeah, after that, I mean, 6 months later, pretty much I want to say downtown. I think Vanguard, yeah, and then Commonwealth
cool.
and all those places.
You know what's crazy is like I love downtown. I go
Yeah.
downtown all the time. Well,
Yeah.
not now, obviously, but I
Yeah.
was going all the time, and it's so.
And we gotta
rare.
cancel her. She goes downtown.
No.
Social distance.
No. Like I was though. I love downtown, but I never ever really see female DJs.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I never really, I guess, thought about until like right now in this moment. But every time that I go out, like I never even consider like the gender of the person playing the music, or like
Yeah.
I hardly ever see girls. Like that's crazy.
It's still a taboo.
Yeah.
It has to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there has to be a taboo with it attached, especially like being like young or like attractive. Like all of those things play in, and like, I mean, already in itself, men have an issue with, you know, women trying to, you know, come
Not-
into
not all
the
men.
You know the
industry.
deal.
Wait, hold on,
You know
not
how
all
it
They
men.
goes.
try to be coming into
Hold
the
on.
industry, whatever.
Not all men. Okay.
Not all men, not Raul.
I respect it. I respect it.
All right, you get a pass.
Like
Yeah, he gets it.
I honestly, like, growing up, like one of my first friends that actually became a DJ was a girl. So like, to me, like, it's
Dope.
normal.
That's dope. Yeah.
And that's
dope.
that's just for me though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
And a
you're
shout
like,
out to this
you're
DJ
like one of the
Crisco.
most supportive friends like of all time. Like,
Yeah, shout out to DJ
yeah.
Crisco. One time, I'll probably have
I
her on
do
the
know who
podcast.
that is,
DJ
actually.
Crisco, yeah.
I do, yeah.
So like, she was like one of my first friends that became a DJ. So like, to me, it's kind of normal. But then
Right.
to think about it, like, it is a thing. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, is it difficult? With that being said, is it difficult for you being a woman and being a DJ? Like, is there any obstacles that you had to overcome?
Yeah, I mean, it comes with the good and the bad. You know, there's also, I mean, oh, let's hire her. She is a pretty girl, but then you also
pretty
like,
girl
I mean,
privilege.
and then let's see how she plays. Does she play, you know, like a DJ, or is she just a pretty girl? So you know, it comes with both. But
Yeah.
you're always gonna get the heat. You know, oh, you're just pretty, or you're just this, or you know, or you're too young. But you know, hey, whatever. I'm just gonna, you know.
Yeah, it comes with a stigma, and you just gotta like, I guess, as dumb as it sounds, like prove yourself. You
Yeah.
know, because
Yeah.
like that's all you can do.
Yeah, until they hear the music. Okay, maybe she,
Yeah.
you know, maybe she does know her stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, see the crowd's reaction.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole point of like DJ. Like, you kind of like have to control the crowd. Like,
Yeah.
at one point, did you ever have a mix that actually, you know, like, you flipped something, or I don't know the DJ words for it, but you kind of like mixed in something and the crowd went crazy? Like,
Oh
you remember
yeah,
that?
that's the most fun part. Yeah,
Yeah.
What's your favorite part, or what's like one part that you remember?
One of my trademark songs, Lord Pretty Flacco. I don't think
Okay.
it's that.
hell-
Yeah. So there's
hell
certain
yeah.
certain events downtown. I mean, it's just you play that.
Yeah,
every-
it's gonna pop for sure.
Yeah, for
Ooh, and
sure,
it's like,
for
what do you
sure.
even play after that? Everyone's too high. Like, you calm this
And the
down, but
pressure.
in a good way. You know, in a good way. Yeah.
How do you
That's why
but how do you
every
do that? How do you like once you pop, like, get it popping? Like, how do you?
You just know. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. I guess it's also kind of the mood. You know, for the day. If I'm playing somewhere, I usually already have like music. I have music in my head all the time, but. You know, in the day, I'm kind of like thinking about a certain genre, a certain whatever is going on in my head. Usually by the night, so I'm like, you know what? At least I'm gonna start off with this kind of vibe, and then usually later on, and then you never really know, you know, what the kind of people are there.
Right.
With it.
Like
Yeah.
so you like you already thought about it. Like is this already something?
Yeah,
Like,
I
played out
mean,
in
you
your
don't
head?
obviously pre-plan your stuff, but I mean, I personally like to take my time and kind of, you know,
have some preparation.
some type of, you know, idea of what I'm gonna have. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one thing that I heard you say. Like, you have music in your head all day.
All
Like,
the
my
time.
girlfriend, like, not just my girlfriend, like everybody that I'm around. Like, I'm kind of like, have you ever seen the Transformers?
Mhm,
I'm kind of like
yeah.
Bumblebee. Like he speaks in music. He speaks in music.
Oh
So
yeah, that's
so
true.
so if he says something, if somebody says something, I'll just finish the lyric. Like,
Yeah.
they'll say something and it has nothing to do with the song, and I'll just say a lyric, and they're like what
Yeah,
the fuck's wrong
if
with
I
you?
could speak my whole life in lyrics,
Like
I
Bumblebee?
could totally do it. Like, there's no like it.
So
Totally fine.
what do you think? Like, if you had to put it this way, like, what inspires you musically, but has nothing to do with music?
That's an easy. So Kobe Bryant.
Oh, shout out Kobe.
Oh, you don't gotta
hands
tell him
down.
about
I got my
Kobe
man right
Bryant.
there. I got
Yeah,
my
that's
man right
just
there.
like, I mean, that's a good, like, within the family, we grew up with that. I mean, just as a whole, you know, and just
Yeah.
watching him, just the whole deal. It's just to this day, to this year, you know, it's
Yeah.
just like, I mean, forever.
Yeah, for sure. So
Damn.
damn, I never really thought about it like that. Him inspiring musicians.
Yeah, imagine that.
I mean, just everyone, you know, and just to see, now, you know what I mean? People even that weren't even really inspired by him
That
now.
is
And it's
true.
just like, why hate on that? That's good. You know, that's how
like
big of a
even
deal
when
this guy was.
Bad Bunny dropped that song, like that was
Oh yeah, he did.
that was
That's
too
right.
emotional. That was too much.
I mean,
for
the
me.
dude knew like different languages. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
took the time to actually learn other. You know, so that's cool. I mean, how can you hate on the guy? It's like
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
did
man.
so much.
Yeah, I just remember like I work in the kitchen, so like
Okay.
there's a lot of like machismo and like I don't know if
Yeah.
you know what
Oh,
that is.
Yeah.
But like I remember
we know.
the day that Kobe died, I almost didn't go to work. Like I couldn't do
Yeah.
it. Like
Yeah.
I was at work bawling my eyes out, and then like people never see me cry, and I'm over here at work trying to keep my stuff together. I wore a hat, had it over my face, and then
Yeah.
and then one of the managers is a big basketball fan, so he came up to me and he didn't even have to say anything. I just looked at him, he looked at me, and I just started crying, and then I'm like, fuck,
Yeah.
man.
Like this is
Kobe.
gonna sound so ridiculous, but as soon as I found out that news, the first person I hit up was Raul, and I was like,
Yeah, I'm a big Kobe
literally
fan.
like giving my condolences, like it was his dad.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
bro, I'm
and
so
I
sorry.
never
Yeah.
met him. I never met the
Yeah.
guy, but I felt like I did, you know.
Yeah,
But
it's a
I
family
can
thing.
see.
Like I said, you know, it's like my mom. It's like I didn't even really care for basketball. I mean, I'm a girl, right, growing up, but I have an older brother, so it's just the three of us. And I mean, I had no choice. But then after, you know, growing on it, it's like,
Yeah.
the dude did well in
Like
LA,
an
and that's our
influence.
city, that's our team, that's our guy, you know.
Right.
And damn,
So, like, other than like sports, obviously, Kobe played basketball and stuff. What else do you do on your free time?
I do work out. That's probably one of the big things I do. Just try to stay busy. I do have also a part-time job as a dispensary, so
Oh, cool.
Oh.
I do like to partake in that as well. But yeah, cooking, stuff like that. Those
Okay,
are all my few
let-
passions.
Let
I
me
would
bring that
say.
up. I did sneak around a little bit in your Instagram, trying to get to know you a little
Yeah.
bit. And you kind of get down in cooking. And I had who taught you how to cook?
Yeah. A lot of people. My mom obviously did, but I would not get it from her
I think
when
you
I was
cook more
so
than me.
stubborn growing
No?
up. Yeah, and I had to like have other friends. But once I figured out what I liked, then I was like, okay, I'll make it. And when I figured out it was
I honestly
good,
think you cook more than me.
yeah,
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
yeah,
You cook for a living. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
no, I look at her things like she's cooking like for herself and stuff.
Wow.
yeah.
cool.
It's another passion I have for sure. Like just
What's your
Asian
favorite
food
thing to make?
mainly for sure.
Oh,
Thai
nice.
food.
I
I
love
like
Thai food.
spicy.
Oh, I
I
love-
like spicy. That's my
I get down on some pad thai.
Yeah,
I love pad
yeah.
thai.
Is
If
that,
I could eat Thai food, that I'm.
does that offend you that she said pad thai first? or-
No.
Why? Pad thai's the
I love pad
best.
thai. I love pad thai, but whenever I talk to someone that's Thai or something, and I tell them,
See, I ain't Thai, so we good.
okay, that's
No,
fair.
but that's just.
That's fair.
I mean, I just love pad thai. Like I
No,
just
I
do.
love-
I
that's
fuck
my
with pad
favorite.
thai.
That's my favorite.
You're gonna shoot me for liking pad
No,
thai?
I
You're
love
gonna
pad thai
clown me
too.
for-
I love
yeah,
pad thai too.
exactly.
But I'm just
Okay,
saying,
so-
like some
okay,
people
so
get offended.
So they're not pad thai. Then what do you pick?
I can't even think of
You
anything
see, then
else.
you're-
I
okay,
don't know how to
see,
say it in the
then-
menu. I don't know how to read it.
You don't know how to read
Pad
it.
see maybe a little bit of curry.
But
a little bit
Asian
of-
cuisine is like what you mostly
Penne.
like to make.
Yeah,
around
it's just
penne.
what I like to eat. It's not that I, don't like other, but it's just what I.
No, but you
yeah.
get down though. Like you just
Yeah.
got down from watching
Yeah.
or YouTube or.
Yeah, I mean, finally went back to my mom. Like, hey,
Is-
maybe you do know how to cook. Keep doing your-
You went
After
back.
all the years, once you get older, you're like, okay, maybe, yeah. But
When
growing
she-
up, she used to try to have me cook, and I just was not having it.
Once you gotta fend for yourself is when you learn. It's kind of like when you need to learn how to swim. They just throw you in the deep end, and you learn how to swim.
Oh, she would love this if she was watching this right now.
Yeah, no, like I'm saying, like I'm not even gonna lie. Like the person who ends up with me is gonna starve. Like I can't cook. I can't.
See, I mean, it's like a love language. Like, I wouldn't even really send you a mix, but I would food.
Oh damn.
Yeah, the mix
I thought
is
about
not
that.
really my thing, but surprisingly.
I would say it is a love language, but like for me, like cook for me. Like why don't I cook for you? Like cook for me.
All right, I
And
can see
it's
that.
it is my love language. Just I can't reciprocate. But
Okay, so being that we're kind of learning little things about you, do you remember watching the Next Bus on MTV? The next show.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a
So
long time, but yeah.
that being said, what would your intro be when you're walking down the stairs? You know how they freeze frame it and they have like interesting facts about. You know what I'm talking about? What would yours say? Like 4 things.
Oh shoot! I love my dog. We all know I love
Dog
my
lover?
dog lover.
Random shit.
Yeah, that's also another thing I say a lot, and people don't understand. That could mean a lot of things. Yeah, and the music, just for sure.
Dog
All
music.
music. Yeah,
Uh,
okay.
And the
Asian food.
Yeah, a little bit of
Yeah.
all that in there. Add all that in there.
You remember that though? I'm not just talking to myself right now.
No, I remember all
No, that show was super cool.
You know what mine would be? Mine would be.
Can I guess before you say it?
I mean, yeah. Go ahead.
All right. So, hi, I'm Raul. I'm 26. I'm in love with a girl named Tyler. I like to cook. The Lakers is my favorite, and go Raiders.
But
that would be your whole thing.
Yeah, but the thing is that the whole point of that, it was just random shit.
Oh, random. Okay.
So no, this is mine. This is what mine would be. Okay, so I can't go to sleep if my hands are ashy. I have to have a see. That's the stuff I was kind of expecting from you. So like,
okay, so I have a double jointed jaw actually.
Oh,
damn. You gonna click your shit?
I ain't gonna do that on here, but
she's saying don't do it.
She's like no. She doesn't give you the okay.
Girl.
Maybe after like another shot, she'll think about it. Okay, so you got a double
camera
jointed
shy.
jaw.
Camera shy.
Yeah. Actually, so I got all the ailments. Bad hearing, that's from DJing. Bad eyesight, that's from my Asian side. Astigmatism. So
astigmatism.
See, that's better.
I could taste food, so that's probably why I got
it heightened your. That's why you're so good at cooking. You see, so that's why I have actually 2015 vision, which is better than 2020, or is it 2017? Yeah. When I did my vision test recently, they were like, "Okay, you could stop," and I was like, "But no, I could still see." And the guy was like, all right, like go ahead,
girl. Let me get your eyes.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I can't cook though, because my eyes are so good.
Yeah,
no,
we can't get them all.
I be cheating when I go to like get my driver's test. Like I remember I have. Like,
you have bad eyes too.
My right eye is shit, and my left eye is good. So I memorize the whole bottom row with my left eye, and then I memorize it.
I know. I'm gonna go to the DMV
I'm not
tomorrow.
Posting this. I'm gonna edit this part out.
At DMV.
I memorize the bottom row, and then like. To put my right eye, and then I just memorized it. So like, and then by the time I'm on the third letter, she's like, yeah, you're good. And then
damn.
So hey, if you're watching this, I might put it on here now, but y'all could do that. Y'all could take my idea. Who's your favorite artist?
I have a few.
Artist and DJ. It's different.
Yeah, artists. Yeah. I mean, we'll stay within the hip hop group. That's probably what because I mean I can go on artists for days, but. Kendrick is probably like the most favorite. Personal side favorite, actually Gambino, Childish Gambino.
Oh, I love Gambino.
I will always fight for the dude. Everyone's like, I just don't. Yeah, no, you need to go back and listen back when he used to rap, because
Campfire.
Yeah,
sure.
there's
Campfire's so good.
Yeah, freestyle. I mean, there's just a lot that people hidden gems.
When in the middle of the freestyle, he just starts talking and then he starts going back on it.
That's what I'm saying. Like you just. Yeah.
You know, one thing about Childish Gambino. Sorry to cut you off. One thing about Childish Gambino, he has my favorite cover of all time.
Which one?
Tamia.
Oh yeah.
So Into You.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sing, but
yes. I mean, he just done it. He just artist. Kanye of course. Drake of course.
Yeah.
Bay actually gonna say Mac Dre. Just
You gotta put him up there.
Yeah.
You know Yuck Mouth?
Mhm. Cool. I do. Yeah. Okay.
No, and I didn't just look him up just because you were coming. So, it's a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if it's considered the Bay, but I have family up North California. It's Turlock. I don't know if you ever heard of that place. Turlock. Shout out Turlock.
Where that by?
I don't know. I think it's by the Bay. I might be wrong.
Let's Google it.
No, because that's all they listen to. Like,
I thought you were gonna say Sac, because a lot of people from the Bay, or not from the Bay, I should say. I'm from Sac.
That's not considered the Bay.
I mean, it's
I couldn't tell you.
It's like saying you're from Henderson or something.
I mean, I am Sue actually tried to vouch for them. He said, we should, it's all love. So all right, we'll give it all love. But I mean, if we really, you might be a little bit farther out, but. You're right there.
You're close enough.
You're our cousin.
Or you're a second cousin.
Yeah, pretty much.
So being that the vid actually COVID got all of us kind of. I switched jobs because of COVID, but
me too.
But how did it affect the whole DJ realm and as well as your job?
Yeah, just literally a 360. So. Large gatherings and COVID are just not a thing, and DJ equals like large gatherings. So we just don't. So it just took a whole toll, upside down. Artists, rappers, DJs, all that, nothing. So in the beginning of quarantine, like in March, I did have a little bit of fun. I just went on the gram, like everyone did the Instagram lives, had a lot of fun, and I kind of honestly laid low. I kind of hunkered down and just kind of practiced on my stuff and just kind of got better.
That's good.
Yeah, just kind of did my thing. So now as winter's here, I like to call it comeback season. I just kind of, like I said, been laying low, so now I'm kind of ready to do. I don't know if you guys know Twitch.
Of course. Yeah.
So
I tried following you, but for some reason it didn't show me to your page.
She blocked you.
We'll get
She
that.
blocked you.
We'll get that situated. It's Twitch _ what or Twitch.
Just so AYEE Miss Parker, Miss Parker.
I'll put that on the description below.
Yeah,
sure.
so still getting that up in the works. Just been mainly trying to make it my own. That's actually what's been the hold up. Everyone, you can do. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to figure out, me, my niche, and what I want to do with it. Not just necessarily, whatever. So that's kind of what I've been doing. That's what everyone's doing. We can't have, large gatherings. So it's weird, but it's also, the live stream is kind of cool because I've also noticed, you get to kind of connect with people around the world because you really never know now these days. People are home, so
we're all stuck at home.
Yeah.
Everyone has to be
That's
entertained.
probably the cool, and people are actually taking, appreciative of the music more so than just, let's turn up. Like, actually, what are we listening to? Because we have nothing but time to focus on the present moment.
So is that your plan? You would say? Is that your plan right now? Just to
I miss DJing. The live stream, is not necessarily my, first choice, first favorite, but that's all we got.
Right. For who knows how long.
Yeah. So I just, like I said, I miss playing. So
where would you say you see yourself in probably 2 to 5 years?
Out of town. That's my goal that I had this year. Other than the goal that I had accomplished, which had to be a residency. So thankfully I accomplished that goal. And then unfortunately, as soon as I got that residency, we closed.
Yeah.
But my other goal was to play out of town. So I'm just trying to play out of state, learn the other, cities. I mean, there's so much more than the West Coast. I love my Bay Area and all that, but there's so much more. Other countries. Let's see what they do. Let's see what the crowds are like.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of artists that blow up in other countries, and from them blowing up in other countries helps them blow up here.
Yeah.
Can we just really quickly address this? Have you guys saw Drake and Josh as kids, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Okay, you know what I'm gonna say right now, right, bitch?
What?
Yeah.
Dude, Drake Bell. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, he went Spanish
Drake
music.
Bell,
Right?
he moved to Spain. And then now he goes by Drink Campana. Like, he changed his entire...
Is that real? I thought it was someone's
That's
trolling.
a real thing.
I went on the page and...
It's real.
It's real?
Yeah.
I thought somebody was trolling.
Nah.
Dude, he sounds just like Juanes.
So that's what I'm saying. If it doesn't work out in the U.S., just move to Spain, move to whatever.
Hey,
bro.
go
to Guam, go to Thailand, whatever.
Champagne Poppy. There's only
you could do whatever.
Be one that
There's only one room for
One's
one
gonna
Drake.
hit.
There's only room for one Drake right now in the United States.
Yeah.
You gotta
Drake,
go to Spain.
He has the first name, he's just Drake. Imagine being Drake Bell. You got the second.
Yeah,
So
I'm pretty sure it's annoying for him.
But bro, Drink Campana, that's hilarious, bro. He just left. He said, you know what, it ain't working out. But he's doing really good over there from what I understand. Like, they hella fuck with him. So, I mean, it works. Like, get your bag.
I thought
get your
was
Spanish
trolling.
bag. Whatever.
Damn. All right.
So if the Bay doesn't work or wherever you want to go,
Yeah,
we're just
right?
move to Thailand or move to
somewhere. There's some country that'll
we're gonna
like
go
us.
somewhere. It doesn't matter. Someone's gonna fuck with you no matter where.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about music, I guess. Is, the universal language with all everything going on. It's like, for me, I actually get lost in it. So thankfully, I've always had this, to fall back on this year, mainly to kind of escape because. Going on social media, it's like it breaks my heart to see a lot of people going through it mentally. Not that I don't, but gratefully I, kind of have a stronger mental, I think, than most people just because of the kind of the way I grew up and stuff like that. But it breaks my heart, and to see people with no passion, I mean, damn, like, what do you do? It's, I mean, it must be so hard. And you never want anyone to suffer, but it's just like, I mean, is this going to be over? I don't know. Do you have the answer to that? No. So, I mean, we just got to keep pushing.
We don't know if it's going to be on for like another year or whatever.
I mean, like, at the same time, like, as someone, like, me and Raul have talked about this like multiple times.
Yeah.
I always struggle with like, I need like a hobby. Like, I need something to do. I want something that I love, but I genuinely don't have anything like that. Yeah. So it's like, it's cool seeing like other people be like, because not everyone's good at everything when they start. Like you said, like the first show I did, 50 people, and then it was like my friends. Like, like, I can't assume that like everyone can assume like I'm just gonna be good at it and it's just gonna take off. Like you said, you've been doing this for 2 years now. So I mean, like that's cool though. Like as someone who's like, I'm like, I'm just it's only my third day out here. Like as one of those people, it's like cool to see like other people, especially women, like that are like, you know what, I don't know, but I'm gonna try. You know,
that's my whole thing. Is like at least if I could, you know, try to help somebody, you know.
You help me. You help me.
That's all I could try to do, you know, whether it be music or, you know, whatever. I try to help people, you know, social media, I try to be pretty positive and help people. But, you know, like that's pretty much the goal always. You know, if I could try to make something positive out of it, then at least, you know, it's not for the money, you know. So it's just,
right.
Yeah.
What I heard is that the money eventually come if you just do it for the passion.
With the love.
Yeah.
For the love.
Yeah. I mean, it'll always come. It pays off, you know what I mean? But it's people can see through it, and it's not about what people can see, but I mean it's just like, you know, if you're doing it for the money,
you're gonna burn out. For sure. That's the thing, like especially with, I mean, it kind of like translates.
That's the thing with passions. It's hard to put a passion into something in a career, and I you know, I had other passions that I've explored and it didn't work out.
Like what?
Fitness actually was another thing that I did for a little bit, and I love it. I still have a big passion for fitness, as well as the teeth, as well as the music. But yeah, like I said, it fizzles out, you know. For something that you want to, like I said, make money off of and stuff and do all that, it just didn't really, you know, like end. And the music is like, no.
So being that you're still doing the DJ thing, if somebody's out there watching, like what advice do you have for them if they're doing something and they're ready to give up? Like,
yeah, I mean, just it's never too late, you know. I mean, a lot of people think that I might be young or old or whatever. It's not about the age. It's just about where you're at in your head mentally. You know what I mean? And do what makes you happy. And oh, what if it's wasted time? I mean, it's never wasted time. All the knowledge and everything that I've gained and, you know, everything I've learned from my past, I don't regret. I don't, you know. It only formed me into this now. So not only do I know music, I know teeth and I know fitness, but I mean that I don't think that's a bad thing, but a lot of people are so critical, like, well, I need to figure it out by 30 or X, you know, but why? I mean,
I think it has to do with social media.
Are you happy? I mean, I don't know. Like
like social media tells you that you want other people to think you have it figured out. Yeah. Like even like he's already interviewed my sister. Like her whole thing is like she does cakes and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So her whole thing is like you're gonna see the good, the bad, the I messed up, like whatever, like my accomplishments, and that's how it should be. Like it should be authentic. It should be like, hey, like I did a show. Not that many people came, but I still did it. And if you want to do it, you should still do it, kind of thing, you know? But
I think that's what this year really brought out in a lot of people. I'm pretty spiritual more than I think people realize, because it's kind of something, I don't say I keep to myself, but I mean, it's not something we preach. You know, people get spirituality into religion and we, you know, like it's all. Yeah. But, you know, it's just kind of brought people to, like you said, the authentic self. Like we should just kind of appreciate more of that, you know, the natural, because we can't go out, we can't spend money, even if you are all dolled up. I mean, there's nowhere to go. Yeah, and so now what are you stuck with? You know, and a lot of people, it could hit home a little bit harder than others. Right.
Yeah, I mean, and being somebody you're not, it's kind of exhausting. Like
it has to be.
Like I think like what you said, like a lot of people just kind of found out who they really are because they had a
You're forced to be in your own like head this year, whether we like it or not. So it's like you either boss up and, you know, grow from it, or unfortunately there's some people that are, you know, going down, and that's what I'm saying. I just feel for the ones that go down, because it's like, as much as I want to help everybody, you know, everyone's on their own path this year, right. You know, so it's just,
everybody has a different struggle this year. 2020, no one saw that shit coming, but it happened. So it's like all you can do is like try, be your authentic self, and like work on yourself. Like that's it. Like we have more than enough time with everything being closed, like just to work on work on your craft, work on yourself, like work on your passions, like, you know. Like we have no other choice. Like we have more than enough time at this point.
Yeah, so you can only run from so long. Actually, too. So a fun fact about me is I have ADHD. Everyone likes to laugh, ha ha ha. But yeah, no, it's bad. I just, you know, everything running through my head all the time and stuff like that. Just
it's exhausting.
What made you?
Yeah. So I try to stay busy as much as possible. It's just the way that I work. It's the way I've always worked. Just multiple jobs, multiple incomes, multiple this, multiple that, just because it's just the way I am, which is the way I've always been. And like everybody, so it's quarantine hit, and I was like, well, damn, now I have nothing to do. Thankfully, I'm kind of back into my groove, but still, you know, during that time, it was like, I mean, what am I going to do with this? Am I going to just still try to, you know, run from it, or am I going to just actually like, let's deal with what we need to deal with, and we can move on from it, you know? But some
Wow,
people,
yeah. I mean, that's cool. Like, I wouldn't have even assumed that.
yeah.
How'd you
Yeah.
how did you kind of like go get help? Well, not help, but like it's like a
just being
doctor
alone.
diagnosed you?
No, well, so actually, so taking Adderall.
Because I feel like I had it. I feel like I have it.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like you do too, bro.
my mom has ADHD.
No, I'm serious.
She gave me Adderall, and I've had it, a couple times since being young. Only taking it for like school, only taking a little bit, but yeah, everyone. I guess when you're not, you don't have ADHD, you take it and you feel, ooh, I don't know. But with me, it's like putting on HD glasses. I can finally, sit down and think. I'm not you're necessarily like the fidgety person, but there's so much in my head. So
You can slow things down.
yeah, I mean, growing up, I was in a magnet school. I was pretty smart, I did honors and like stuff like that. So it kind of got shielded. But I mean, I used to be locked in my room with like a pencil and paper and still find a reason to bullshit. It was like, all right, girl, you have a problem, but
for magnet, it was medical because you did teeth and stuff. Was that like what?
Yeah,
you,
well, I mean,
okay.
technically dental, but health,
Okay.
but still health, But
Yeah.
yeah, and it was just like, there's something wrong with me, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's so as much as I do the meditation, the spiritual stuff, it's like again, it helps to an extent, but there's still, you know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
but all I can do is work through it. I mean, I don't really care to take pills like that, so
Right.
I'm not trying to go down that, you know what I mean? So, just trying to figure out a way, but. Maybe too to help people that have it, because it's like, dude, I feel it. Like the procrastination
Oh man.
for no reason is like, and people were like, well, why do
Is
you
it because
do
you're
it?
overthinking it?
No, it's just I have so much on my head. It's like, well, I can always get to it later. I'll get to it later, and then by the time I get to it, it's like, well, I already have like it just,
Oh,
yeah, it's
maybe.
just,
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know what it is. Like I might be just
it's
when you think
uncontrollable. You know what I mean? It's like
when you think you have something, you
Right.
go on Google and then it tells you all the worst symptoms that you know what I mean?
You have
Yeah.
So,
cancer
like-
out of nowhere.
And
Like,
then
that's like WebMD.
yeah, but like the thing is like with
It is.
I have so
I'm gonna
many
die.
things racing. I have so many things racing in my head. Like I sometimes want to go
yeah.
like see it, but I don't know.
You should. Why not?
But then
That's
it
pretty
could
much
be
how,
it could be just me though.
It's the only like crappy part is like all they're really gonna do is give you the pills, and like I said, they help, but it's like we all know how pharmaceutical stuff works,
Right.
So it's
Right.
like, I mean,
Kind of depend on it.
yeah, I know I have it. Great. Well, what can you do? It's like, oh, well, So like I said, I still do all my meditation, but it only helps to a cap. And then after that, it's like, well, so
Right.
now I'm just like, it is what it is. Let's just try to work through it.
so you do like the meditation. You do like
yeah,
you're
it's
very
stuff to try to
spiritual.
kind of help me like chill out.
I
guess in
see.
here, but it's
You're
still-
wearing an amethyst.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my birthstone.
Yeah?
It is.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, it helps me,
don't know
stay
what
grounded.
that is.
protected.
What is it supposed to like do? I know like okay, so I heard that rose quartz are good for like love stuff.
Yeah.
And so like I've seen on TikTok girls are like leaving rose quartz in guys' cars and stuff. Like they're trying to like
no.
they're trying to do crazy.
Brujeria.
Girls are like, why does he love me? Well, there's a rose quartz in his truck. Like crazy.
Brujeria,
Like
bro.
crazy stuff. Like do you think that that's like rocks work like that? Like has it helped like
I mean, I'm pretty like I believe whatever people believe. As long as you really believe it, it's whatever you believe, But
yeah.
it's like you can't just kind of like I wear it and I just like, kind of half-ass. It's like, I mean, do you really think it's gonna help you? Because if you don't, you're just wearing it for show. But
Yeah.
I do.
so you charge them and stuff?
I'm about to
That's cool.
get rubbed by an egg. I'm gonna get my mom to rub my egg after this.
No, like
I'm
I heard
scared
that
right
you
now.
have to like genuinely like charge them and like meditate with them and like put energy like into them.
yeah.
I mean, I don't own any like that, but like I said, I'm on TikTok and girls are being crazy with rocks these days.
It's also become a hype thing,
Yeah,
But
it has to be.
also another thing, I'm into astrology because
What are you?
a Cancer.
Oh my. Okay, so we got the stigma then. We got
Aquarius.
the stigma.
Yeah.
We're Aquarius.
Yeah, we're both Aquarius. Yeah.
Oh.
What does that
I
mean?
don't-
What does that mean?
I don't know what it means.
Oh,
I
you
don't
don't
know
like
what it means.
Aquarius?
I don't know what it means.
No. Okay, but
Just don't go in front of the camera.
All right, so since you're into astrology, I'm asking,
Yeah.
is there a difference? Like, cause I don't know, is there a difference between like zodiac signs in men and women? Like if she says like I don't like Aquarius, do you mean Aquarius men or Aquarius women?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So your relationship with somebody as a lover or as a friend or as a family is always going to be different. Just how it would be normal. So, but
Right.
I mean, girl, it gets
Damn.
deep. Girl, it gets deep. You got a whole chart. Yeah.
Damn.
And people
Y'all
are
secretly talking shit about me right now.
Just because when I was born, you're not gonna fuck with me? Like that's crazy.
I believe in it
Okay.
to a certain extent, but
Like I said, however,
it's a different conversation.
I'm the last day of Aquarius, so I'm on the cusp of Pisces. I don't know what that means, but people say that I'm more Pisces, whatever that's supposed to mean.
Whatever that means. But thank you so much for tuning into the RaulyKnows podcast. Today we have Miss Parker. And do you want to, before we sign off, do you want to say anything else or like shoot your socials or your Twitch?
Yeah, all my socials are pretty aligned. A Miss Parker, AYEE Miss Parker. I swear the A, just the URL was taken. So yeah, everyone thinks, hey, it's not that serious, girl. The URL was taken, but yeah, AYEE Miss Parker, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, I believe is the same as well. Yeah.
And look out for her. She's DJing, all right? So
Yeah.
when shit gets back to normal, we'll be in Vanguard with her, all right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.